But he doesn't live in London. He lives in America. So I just wonder, when does he go to sleep? Because at 9 o'clock, he's tweeting. At 7 o'clock, he's tweeting. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, he's tweeting. But we're going to have a chat with him about why he loves Premier Gospel and why he loves African gospel music. But for the time being, here's a song that's been nominated in numerous awards, and we're talking about a song called Only You by Nicky Lau. Just check out this tune. Oh, once again, can I just say a very big thank you to you. Thanks for tuning into Habari Africa here at Premier Gospel, your music for life. My name is Charles. And earlier on, we tried to have a chat with Tony, and Tony is based in the US of A. He's also known as, runs an organization called Gospelinnovations. And if you're a follower of Premier Gospel on Twitter, then, the name Gospelinnovations will be very familiar to you. Well, right now, hopefully it's going to work this time, hopefully. Hi, Tony, can you hear me?
I'm here, Charles.
Hi, Tony. Good to have you with us tonight.
Oh, good.
Listen, I was asking a question this morning. It's such a mystery to me. What time do you go to sleep? Because you seem to be constantly on Premier Gospel. What time do you sleep at all? And what's the secret if you don't?
Oh, yeah, I sleep. I also work third shift in addition to running two businesses like Gospelinnovation. So I'm usually up late at night, so it actually gives me the opportunity to be up when everybody's waking up over there in the UK.
Wow. Now, tell us a little bit about Gospelinnovation, though, because one of the things about, you tell us a little bit about Gospelinnovation.
I appreciate it. First, thanks so much for the pleasure being on Habari Africa, because I listen to Premier Gospel regularly, and I started listening about 3 years ago when I was listening to the Gospel Breakfast Show. And with our website, we feature a lot of gospel music throughout the world because we just feel that there should be a media platform that really showcases everything going on in gospel music around the world, not just in the U.S., not just in certain parts. So our website kind of creates that type of platform where a lot of artists, whether they're signed or unsigned, can get that opportunity.
Wow, can I just say, you're doing such an awesome job, because if anybody's ever had the chance to visit Gospelinnovations, one of the things that you would realize is that you always find the very, very known names, information about them, their music and everything, and then also the not so known names. Now, the main reason why you're on this show today is because I've been fascinated by your interest in African gospel music. Tell us about that, Tony.
Yeah, absolutely. We are featuring a number of artists that are in Africa, as well as even in the UK that originate from Africa. Some, as you just got done playing Kabiese from Gospelinnovation. We got a good feature on him on God Did Bless Me song. And from that, we had gotten just a ton of support. So we want to definitely say thank you to all the different media blogs in Ghana that really publicized not only him, but our feature of our website, and talked greatly about that. We, feature Tim Godfrey and Extreme Crew. We feature Simply Chrysolite from South Africa. We've got a number of other artists, as I mentioned, Congolese, but lives in Belgium, Denise Tetia. Another one from Uganda, from Omega Bungembe Opelo. I'm probably pronouncing all these very wrong, but
you're doing very well.
but our interest is very strong because those songs are incredibly anointed. They're creative. The vocals, the production, everything is just amazing. And we just feel that everyone in this world should be able to hear those songs. And unfortunately, we know that that's not exactly the case, but that's what we're out set to do, is to change the way people view gospel music more in a global perspective.
I mean, talking about viewing gospel music from a global perspective, as Christians, sometimes, oftentimes we're very comfortable with what we're used to, and I'm very sure you didn't grow up listening to that kind of music. So, how did you get exposed? I mean, I know you've been listening to Premier Gospel, but how did you kind of get exposed to some of this music, and probably the first time you heard something that really struck you? What was the first song that you can remember hearing? I'm talking about an African African track that kind of you thought, whoa, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Well, definitely got to thank Premier Gospel. As I mentioned, we listen to it regularly, and a lot of the different shows, we know a number of the different presenters, play such a great variety of music that it's definitely given us a great ear to be able to hear in terms of selection. A lot of great songs that just kind of really stand on their own. And from a lot of the different styles, as you mentioned with Tang or Tim Godfrey, they play a lot of great style that we can definitely relate to even here in the U.S. But even still, with I think a good song to mention would be Igwe from Midnight Crew. That song is just amazing, and I just know that the rest of even over here in the U.S. really needs to hear a song like that.
You know, you mentioned the fact that, you know, in America, there's something about some of these songs that you're able to relate to. So for people out here, or especially for musicians doing African gospel music, what is it or what's that extra bit that they can put in that would make people who are not indigenes of Africa, or, well, let's say people who are not directly related to that kind of music, what is it? What's that extra thing that would make them able to relate to, or people like yourselves relate to the music?
Yeah, I really felt like there was two things that actually was making people unrelate to it in a sense, and it's nothing disrespectful. It's just that kind of those barriers. One is obviously the language. You know, when the whole language is in a different dialect that most people aren't familiar with, then that's one barrier that's going to kind of exclude people, and nothing wrong with it. But that's one thing. And then secondly would probably be from a cultural standpoint. Most of the people that are outside of that area may not be as familiar with the culture, and so it may kind of put up a little bit of a barrier. And again, nothing wrong with it, but in terms of what artists probably could do, it'd be probably to pay attention to a couple of those things, so that it would just be able to reach more people, and they can continue to still make music that are just in their own dialect, and it would draw more people into knowing that they're invited in that and their music.
So what was talking about some of the music that's very popular here at Premier Gospel, we're talking about artists of with an African background like Muyiwa. We're talking about Kwesioti, and these are songs that you've actually featured their work on your website. So what is it about these artists, some of the things that they've done that makes you sort of gravitate to their work, really, specifically? I mean, I know there's lots of other people that you featured, but I've just for the sake of time, I've just picked on these two artists, and
Yeah, and right now we're probably at the beginning, because one of the things that I've seen even us do here in the U.S. is even when we've tried, the people in the U.S. has tried to feature music in just the U.K., they have went to maybe a chart or something that kind of told them who was the biggest names out there,
right,
and then just to them. Right now, we're taking quite a bit of time to kind of get more than just that and just get a good vibe of what a lot of people are listening out there. Again, whether they have the biggest promotion in stores or not, so that people can really feel that platform is available to them, whether they have those means available to them or not. And so with it, we're kind of at the beginning, even regarding gospel music in Africa, of getting a good sense of all that's out there. So I do believe that we'll be continuing to add numerous amount of features in the upcoming weeks on our website, and definitely going forward with our commitment with that. But at the current time, I would think that we're just still at the very beginning, but that's our commitment, though.
Listen, Tony, just stay on the line. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.
Habari Africa. This is Premier Gospel.
Music for life. For music. So tomorrow morning, you make sure you tune in from 7 to 9. Yinka's going to be right here in the house. But right now, we have on the line Mr. Gospelinnovation. That's what I call him. Are you still here with us, Tony? Are you still here with us, Tony?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Listen, it's such a privilege to have you on air with us. What time is it right now? It's about just gone past 5 o'clock around where you are now, right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't feel guilty. I'm not keeping you awake at all. I should be feeling...
No.
Listen, so you told us 3 years you've been listening to Premier Gospel. Is there anything that you think you've learned about the UK gospel scene through listening to Premier Gospel? Anything at all? Have you had any kind of education about, how we go about our gospel music, and what at all have you learned from UK gospel music?
Oh yeah. I guess the number one thing would be is that it's there, and I know that sounds hopefully kind of insulting, but from a U.S. standpoint, again, with what we're trying to do, we got a lot of changing to do here in the U.S. in terms of the way we view gospel music, the way we include it in a mainstream of what we're doing over here, and so it kind of hit me right away when I was listening to Premier Gospel quite a bit about the UK scene out here, from the praise and worship, from every genre, even to the gospel rap, that there is really something going on over here that is really on the same level of what's going on in a lot of main artists that you would hear, Marvin Sapp, Donnie McClurkin, and a lot of different established artists that we would refer to. There are a lot of artists and songs specifically that are just amazing and need that opportunity just to be heard.
So need that opportunity to be heard. So, anybody out there who can sort of push the stuff that is happening right here in the UK out there in the States. Obviously, the population is much bigger reach. But listen, such an inspiration, Tony. And thank you for, being such a supporter of international gospel music and to the African gospel music artists out there as well. I think this is a source of encouragement. Don't you think so, Tony?
Oh, yeah, I hope so, because one of the biggest things we want to come across to everyone is our commitment, is that going forward, we have a strong commitment to really change, like I said, change the world's view, especially ours here in the U.S. in regards to the way we view gospel music globally. And with it, and I don't want to put it, I guess, the wrong way, but I'm just going to say it, we're going to force feed the way people view gospel music, and it's going to include places all over the world, and like I said, especially in Africa. There's just so much going on there. So if I was an artist there in Africa, I'd feel strongly encouraged and inspired, and be ready to just begin to seek God for more songs.
Wow, those are really powerful words there. Tony, can I just say a very big thank you? So listeners out there, listen, put your hands together for Mr. Gospelinnovation. Well, I hope you're going to catch some sleep, because, you're going to be up all night, for the breakfast show. Tomorrow is Friday.
Yeah, the night is young, but I want to definitely say thank you to all the other presenters. They're friends to me. Yinka, Naj, Uzma, MC Timmy, Dave P. even, Amuiwa, yourself, Charles there, and just so many others that I'm still getting to meet. Lady T, you've been a blessing to me.
You know what? What can we say? Thank you. And hopefully you've got some bigger things coming up, and we will make sure we keep in touch. You keep in touch with us. And Tony, what can I say? Listen, have a good evening. Enjoy. How's the weather anyway? How's the weather where you are?
Well, it's cold, and over here it's cold. I keep hearing you guys say it's cold. Now, it's cold over here, because I hear you say it's 12 degrees Celsius. It's 12 degrees Fahrenheit over here.
Oh, well, I'm not going to complain then. Listen, have a wonderful evening, and then we'll have a chat again very, very soon.
Oh, you too. Thank you so much. God bless you.
So stay blessed, my brother. Well, for those of you who've just joined us, we've been having a chat with Tony Rositas, who is the founder, CEO of Gospelinnovation, who are doing very well promoting international gospel music, not just in the UK, but across the world as well. Well, thanks for tuning into Habari Africa. You know what? We're going to go for a quick break. Before that,